So hello everyone once again. So in the last tutorial we completed the schematic. So we created the two sub-circuit. One is a 555 timer, one is a power, and you will see the tabs of those shades. Over here you can see the 555 timer circuit, and in this tab you will see the power circuit. So we have completed the schematic. So let's go to the layout designing and how we can do that. So you have to just transfer from here, transfer to Ultiboard. Over here, transfer to Ultiboard 13.0. Just click on that, and I'm just going to, let's say, save it. And you don't have to look into this much because you already made the connections. It just shows that which pin is connected to which pin or which net, so you don't have to look much into this. Just go OK, and now you will see, I will just zoom on to this one. So let me just zoom. If you have a mouse, then this is the best thing while doing the PCB designing, because you have a better control rather than the mouse pad on your laptop. So it's better to have a mouse so that you can easily zoom in and zoom out using the scroll on the mouse. So as you can see that every component is given over here. So let's see, this is, as you can see that it is a U1 connector. I'm just zooming in. So you can double click onto that and you can see the what is that component. It's a 555 timer. As you can see, you will see SOC IC, its package and everything. So as you can see, I will zoom it out. So this yellow border line, as you can see, is the size of the PCB that we are going to make. So right now it's quite big, and you can see the components are very less. So I will just click on this board outline, and now you can select this. So basically this is the layers of the PCB that you are going to make. So this is a copper bottom, so this is the top layer. We will get into that exactly in some time, just bear with me. So you can see that board outline, just double click on it and you will be able to select this board outline over here. And just remember to select the right things over here as well. Because if you just, let's say that I'm enabling select parts, I just clicked on it and now you can see I have disabled it. So even if I touch on any component, it won't get selected, as you can see. So, and if I select it again, now you can see that it got selected and I can move it around here and there. So we have to make it small, the board outline. I have double clicked on it, and now let's say I have dragged it over here, something, let's say we can change it always. So let's say that I'm going to make this size of the PCB. Alright guys, so basically how to start making the PCB. So what you exactly have to do is look into the schematic and then get back, see how your circuit is working. So let's say that I will go into the power section. You will see this is the connector. So and in this connector we are saying, if you remember that we are getting here the power from the battery. So the wires are going to be connected from outside of the PCB. So it's better to have this this connector at the edge of the PCB. So it's a J1. So let's go over here and see where our J1 is. So you can see here's the J1. So cannot move pads, I know that. So sometimes it will select this blue part which is holes, um, or the pads we call it in technical terms. So if you don't want to get irritated while if you're selecting the part but it is always selecting the pads, then you can just deselect it from here, deselecting the wires and deselecting the THT pads. That's it. So now you will see if I click on this part, the part will get only selected, and that's what we want. So I brought this component at the edge of the PCB over here, as you can see, and let's see that if I wanted to see that which is the ground pin and which is this 20 which is the ground pin and which is the 20-volt pin. So I can do that. Let's just go into enable selecting THT pads, and now you'll see that I can individually select this parts. If you can see, I'm not sure that it is selecting this yellow lines. You can see, I believe, over here and over here. So I can select these pads, and if I just double click on that pins, you can see in the general pad, just give me a second, where I can see, so you can see that this is the number 1 pin, no problem. Okay, so sorry. So in this general tab, you will see which is the net. So net, as you can see, it's a 20 volt. So that's what we wanted. So wanted to know, so this is a 20 volt, and we got to know that this is the 20 volt and this is the ground. So, and if you want to rotate this component, then just select this component by pressing it on the edge, the blue part, and you can just rotate it from here. And as you might know that there is a shortcut keys as well to rotate it, so you can just do a Control R. So let's say I'm doing it again, Control R. So here it is. So now I know that this is the 12 volt pin and this is the ground pin. Great. So I have placed one component, and let's go on with the next component, which is a C3, which is supposed to be near to this regulator. As you might know that it reduces the noise, and it's always good to keep this capacitance nearer to this VCC supply, wherever it is going into any IC. So let's say that I'm putting the C3 over here. As you might see that this is the C3. Okay, no. So you can see that I can only select a C4 as well and C3 as well. So I don't want that. So I can just disable these things, and I just, let's say I want to just only, I have enabled only selecting the parts. So this is the C3. I have bought it over here. Now you can see that this connection is going over here. So I will just make sure that it is nearer to what I am supposed to be giving. So C3 is going here. This is the ground. No problem. And this is going into this LM317 IC, which is right, where did it go? I will just zoom it out. Here it is. So if I double click on this part, you will see that attributes is written LM317. That's all right. And this pin connection is going over here. So so you have to just make sure that whatever the connections that you are making there are always nearby. So you can see that J1 is nearer to this pin, which is supposed to be connected over there, which is a 20 volt, and then this pin is supposed to be connected over here, but it is far. I can make it come closer to it just pressing the Control R, again Control R, and now you can see that that C3's connection is nearer to pin number 1, which is supposed to be connected. So right now forget about what exactly we are doing with the ground pin. I will just give you some tricks that how you can just vanish those ground lines. So for now, just bear with me. So we have placed this this C3. Just let's place on the way outside the C4 pin. So here is the C4, and in the 3 pin you can see that okay, this is the C4. I'm placing it as near as possible to this pin because that's what was wanted. And there are 2 more components in this one, which is R4 and R5. So R5 is coming from V out, which is also connected with a C4. So let's find where is the R4 and R5. So I guess this is no, that's R3. This is R4. Sorry, I just double clicked it, no problem. I'm just going to zoom it out so that you can see. So R4, again R3. So this is R4, I have bought it into the PCB. This is R5, I have bought it inside the PCB. Great. So that's the thing basically, while you're making the layout, that you have to always look into the schematic, that where the connections are and how you can make it closer and smaller, because that's the key. If you are a good PCB designer, then you will try everything to make it in the smaller space so that you can save the cost of the PCB. So let's say again, go to schematic. The R5 is connected with R4, sorry, C4 and V out. So let's go with the R5. So as you might see, that this is the pin which is going to be connected with the C4. So I will just do Control R, rotate it, and now you can see that it is connected over here. That's completely fine. And now you can see, if I rotate the C4 as well, Control R, now you will, I believe, see that C3 is now very near to, sorry, the 3rd pin of the LM317 is very near to C4, and then which got very near to R5 as well. So I'm going to place the R5 over here, and then this R4 is going, R5 is connected to R4, and I guess this R4's next connection of this pin is a ground, and which is also going to the adjust. So no problem. This is, I believe that, okay. So for now, just let's say that I'm going to place it over here so that I can, now you can see that I'm placing R4 over here because it's easier to get this connection done easily. Alright, then I think we have connected all the parts of this circuit, which is a power circuit, and we have brought all the components nearer as possible. So let's move on to 555 timers. So now you know that there is only one connection between these 2 circuits, is this VCC. So this VCC from here is going to be connected with VCC from all over here. So according to that, you can see that this is the central part of the circuit of 555 timer, because this is the 555 timer, and all these rest of the components are going to be around it. So I'm not going to show it how I'm going to place it. I believe that you can manage it now, because we have already done this part of the circuit, each and every step. So I will just skip to the part where I will where I have done all the placing of the components. So see you then. Alright guys, so I have completed this layout designing by placing the component. This is not complete, it's just we call it as a placing components at the right place. As you might see that this is how it looks like now, and the board size you can see is still bigger than what we chose, what is required. So I can just simply click on this one. It's not working because I think we have deselected from here. So I think this is okay. I will just go to the board outline, and I think it should get selected now. Yeah, it is got selected, so I will just reduce the size up to here. Alright, so this is the board size right now, what we have made, and yeah, so still now you can see that there are these names U3, C3, S1, all these components, they are quite jumbled up right now, that you can see that some are inverted, some are 90 degrees, and I still can't read them correctly. I can rotate them as I wish to. You have to just enable selecting the attributes, and now you can select only attributes like this, and you can just do Control R, so it will get J1, and you can place it anywhere you want. Just make sure that you are placing it near to the component. This is the C3, so I will just Control R, and yeah, it got over here. U2 is completely inverted, so I will just press U2 times Control R, and it will just go like that. Yeah, so basically you got the idea that how exactly you can rotate these names so that it can look systematic, and yeah, basically, okay, just a couple of more. Okay, I'm not going to do all of it, so you got the idea that how you can rotate only the attributes, and I think alright, this is it for this tutorial, that we have placed the component. In the next tutorial we will learn what is a power plane and what are its benefits, and how to start the routing of this PCB. So probably we will check 1 or 2 more tutorials to complete this PCB. Yeah, alright, see you in the next tutorial, and subscribe to our channel, Free Knowledge. Thank you.